Hello, amazing people. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Joseph Babatunde Ogunshetire. Today we'll be talking about one of the beautiful opportunities that I came across, and I decided to share it with you people. If you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, it would be an amazing thing for you to do, as I will be glad to welcome you to this big family of brilliant and exceptional scholars. So this opportunity is basically for undergraduate students, and a lot of people have this problem of questioning their choice of studying abroad, specifically because they fear that after studies abroad they might return back to their country. So this opportunity gives you the leverage to remain in the country after your studies. It gives you the leverage to also work in the country after your studies. So guys, this is the University of Cardiff, and you go to the website www.cardiff.ac.uk and you follow the prompt that you can see in the search engine. Let's move to undergraduate, and under undergraduate you go to funding, and it reads here that we are now able to offer overseas students the opportunity to study a bachelor in adult nursing at Cardiff University. So look at some of the important information that this program has for you. So yeah, this program is actually subsidized by the Welsh government to make sure that it remains affordable, and as a result the opportunity to study at Cardiff University is only available to international applicants, which in our case, which in your case is a huge advantage. And now it is expected that you commit in advance to paid employment in NHS Wales for a minimum of 24 months, which is 2 years, following successful completion of the adult nursing program. So what this means is that after your completion of the program, you would get a paid employment to work in NHS Wales, right? That is an amazing offer. Once a suitable post has been offered, graduates must apply for a skilled work visa prior to the commencement of their paid employment. This process will be supported by their potential NHS employer. So you don't really need to, suffer, or you don't really need to think or get your head bothered over a lot of things, because you get support from your potential employer. Now, this places that as the scheme includes the opportunity to work in Wales for a minimum of 24 months following the successful completion of training, we must adhere to the good practice guide for employer. This means we are unable to accept applications from red or amber listed countries as identified on the NHS employers website. So you need to check this NHS employers website to be very sure if your country is listed or not in the red or amber listed countries. Very, very important. It is also very important to know the tuition fee. So let's get to that as soon as possible. You can see that the standard tuition fee is capped at £25,500 per annum, that is per year. But the Welsh government tuition fee subsidy has given a discounted price of £16,500. And what this means is that the amount of money, that is the total tuition fee payable by students, will be £9,000 per annum. Isn't that an amazing slash? Once you get this admission and the subsequent scholarship, you get your CAS almost immediately. CAS is actually an important document that you will be needing to apply for your visa. So instead of paying a deposit before you get your CAS, immediately you get this scholarship opportunity at Cardiff University to study at this school of nursing, you automatically get your CAS and you'll be able to apply for your UK visa. So now that we understand the benefits of applying to this program and what we stand to gain in the long run, let's look at the additional application criteria, which is very important. It says that all academic/entry criteria for the Bachelor of Adult Nursing can be found on the course page. So let's take a look at the course page. So yeah, let's take a look at what the program itself entails, so that we can get a good feel of what we are getting ourselves into. So this is entry year 2026. Our attention is not on 2026, our attention is on 2025. So we click on 2025 to see what is in for us. Now this gives you information about why you want to study this course, you can actually take a look at this yourself, get a good hang of all the information that you see on this interface. But then what is also very important is the entry requirement. So let's look at the entry requirements for this program. You can see that here for the entry requirements for the Bachelors of Nursing Adult Autumn Intake, says that we accept a combination of A levels and other qualification as well as equivalent international qualification subject to entry requirement. Typical offers are as follow. Now this is A level, extended/international project qualification. Applicants with grades A in the EPQ/IPQ will typically receive an offer 1 grade lower than the standard offer. Please note that any subject specific requirement must still be met. These information are actually very important because they form the part of the entry requirement for this Bachelors of Nursing program. So it's very, very important that you get a good hang of it as well. So now that we've gotten the information or the introductory information about the entry requirement, let's move to the English language requirement, which is very, very important. Now for the English language requirement, you can see the list of English language tests that this program accepts, but then these are quite generic. So let's look at other accepted language qualification. Criminal conviction is not a problem, and I think for GCSE and other essential requirements, those are not really problems. So for international students, English language requirements is something that you must look out for. So let's look at other accepted language qualification. So yeah, we are on another interface. So you can see the list of accepted language tests. It says that English language requirements for undergraduate students. All undergraduate applicants must demonstrate the standard level of academic English or Welsh language that will enable them to benefit fully from their course of study. For the majority of applicants, this can be evidenced using a GCSE in English or Welsh language at grade C/4 or above. So you have to pay attention to all of the information that you find on this page. Very, very important. So these are different tests or language tests rather that are accepted for this program. Zambia school certificate/general certificate, grade 5 to 6 credit, grade 3 to 4 merit, and the other part is not accepted. So accepted qualifications from India. So they list a lot of qualifications that you might use right in place of your English language test. So this is actually very important as well. So pay attention, please pay attention. So if you want to understand like country specific English language test requirements, you go to where you have the criminal convictions and then go to qualifications from outside the UK to select your country so that you can see the English language requirements for your country. This is very important. So let's look at Nigeria for instance. You can see that they said if you have studied the West African Education Certificate, which is the WAEC, you will need to successfully complete one of the following to be considered for entry to this course. A recognized international foundation year. So you really need to have a recognized international foundation year, and you also need an OND or an HND certificate or 1 or more years of undergraduate study at a recognized Nigerian university to be decided on a case-by-case basis by academic schools. Now, the entry requirements above may be subject to change on the basis of changes to qualification content, grading or awards processes, or due to the level of competition for places. So any subject-specific requirements must still be met. So this is very, very important. If you have studied the West African Education Certificate, you will need to successfully complete one of the following to be considered for entry to the course. Now, they did not say all of the following, they said one of the following. So you need to have your WAEC certificate on ground and then get one of these other requirements to suffice for the application process. You look at the GCSE and other essential requirements, and it says that you must have or be working towards English language or Welsh language at GCSE grade B/6 or an equivalent such as A levels. English language GCSE C/4 will be accepted where you are taking qualifications at a higher level which are taught through the medium of English such as A levels. 4 GCSEs at grade C/4 including math and 1 science, that is from biology, chemistry and physics, or equivalent qualifications in brackets subject and grade. Now this part is very important. This second paragraph, it says that you must also supply a personal statement that is relevant to the profession. If you are applying to more than one professional program, you should email a bespoke personal statement for each program to admissions@cardiff.ac.uk at the same time as submitting your application via UCAS. In your personal statement, you should demonstrate that you understand the profession, have an insight into the course itself, and describe any relevant work experience. Only one personal statement may be submitted for each program. So you see, this is very important. So it's like the case of using one stone to kill two birds, you see. So you have to really align your motivation. You have to really align your interest and most of your research track record, if you have any, so that you stand a higher chance of getting into this program. Also, you must meet the Nursing and Midwifery Council's good health and character and fitness to practice requirements. We do not accept critical thinking, general studies, citizenship studies, or other similar equivalent subjects. We accept a combination of B.Tech subjects, A levels, and other qualifications subject to the course specific grade and subject requirement. So you have to really pay attention to the subjects that you are currently doing, because there are some subjects that this program do not accept. So you don't waste your time immediately you know that you do not qualify for this opportunity. Look at the enrollment condition. You say before starting your course, you will also need to complete an occupational health questionnaire, attend any subsequent appointment, and receive all of the necessary vaccination to undertake clinical placement safely. You must have a validated negative sample for HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C. This is arranged by occupational health department following commencement of the program. Although this information is very important, but this is a step that comes after, when you must have gotten the scholarship and traveled to the UK to commence the program. I want to use this opportunity to tell you guys that when you want to sit for an interview, for a scholarship interview, it's not really a big problem. You can check out my YouTube channel, because I have a lot of videos where I've explained how you can ace a scholarship interview easily. I did it once and I got it once. So yeah, look out for that video. It's in my playlist. Check it out and you will not regret. So for interview or selection process, we won't make an offer without first interviewing an applicant. Offer release may be subject to all interviews for the program having taken place. To be eligible for consideration for interview, all applicants must meet the minimum requirements at level 2, typically GCSE, and level 3, typically A level. If you meet the minimum entry requirements, your application will be given a numerical score based on your personal statement. Now you can see that the personal statement is very important. Your application will be given a numerical score based on your personal statement. So that is very, very important. Eligible applicants will be ranked according to the score, and the top ranking applicants will be invited to interview. To write a very good personal statement, check out my playlist as well, because I share a video of how I wrote my personal statement and how that got me a scholarship to study in 3 European universities. Now, regarding the interview process, this is a very crucial information that everyone listening to my voice should take note of. Interviews will help us to determine if you can think on your feet. So you have to be very ready. Have thought about some of the issues that are important to the profession, can critically appraise information, can communicate ideas effectively. So these are some of the core values or the core prowess that these people will be watching out or looking out for during the interview process. So please make sure that you prove yourself worthy of a scholarship opportunity. And yeah, if you can take note of all of these important details, all of this important information, I believe that the sky is going to be your starting point. Yeah, let's move on. So now that we have familiarized ourselves with what the program is all about and the entry requirements and some other important information, let's look at applying. Then we go to how to apply, and then it says how to apply for an undergraduate course. Find out everything you need to know about applying to study an undergraduate course at Cardiff University. So look at the application process. It says number 1, choose what you want to study. Still undecided, search our course. So this is a link, right, that you click on to search for the course, the exact course that you are interested in. Number 2 says that check the UCAS deadline for your course. So it is very important. This is where you find the deadline so that you we become confident that you are on track. Let's go to apply through UCAS. Now, how to apply through UCAS? Before you make your online application, you will need to register with UCAS. You don't need to complete the application form all at once. You can save your application and return to it later. UCAS provides lots of useful advice, including how to fill out your application form, write a personal statement, and gather references. The UCAS code for Cardiff University is C15. The code for your choosing course can be found at the top of our course pages. You can apply to up to 5 courses if you apply before the application deadline. You don't have to give an order of preference until you've received your offer. So let's go to start UCAS application. But before then, let's look at this information. You can submit your UCAS application from the beginning of September in the year prior to entry. You should apply as early as possible, as courses may close if they become full. You see, that is another important information. So when you click on this link, it takes you to this page where you need to sign in and you commence with your application. Don't forget, guys, that this program gives you the opportunity to get a skilled work visa after your studies, and this gives you that leverage also to work in the UK for 2 years. Guys, if this video has been helpful to you, I would appreciate that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment, share this video, and like this video to support my channel. I can't wait to hear good news from most of you guys. So take it serious, guys. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.